morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Thursday, number 29 day for this month of June 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, Mr. No Koni Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia, as they saying in the talk, if you get faith for the wrong thing, it be very disastrous. That means say if you get your faith for the wrong thing, it be very, very disastrous. We must stick to the truth, and believe me, only the truth shall set us free. This one now about the topic will be end halfway for yesterday. Today we hopefully will go nail them and put them to rest. One pastor for inside Kenya, he don't be arrested, he be taken for prison. They judge you for case way that pastor he don't make him over 120 people then for Kenya then die because they staff. That pastor he be give them faith in Jesus Christ, faith in religion, say they go for heaven. And the only way we be tell them say they go for heaven very quick. Now say me then stop for shop, me then fast until they go die. And those people them indeed somehow them believe in that pastor. They don't starve themselves to death. Anytime one die, they go bury him. You go ask yourself, say, this pastor be talking a true or a lie? Indeed, that pastor be talking a true. Say the quickest way for you to go for heaven, never die. If you get faith, the wrong faith, it be very disastrous. For inside Kenya today, they decry the life of over 100 and something people them, where they don't die because they want to go for heaven. The pastor, he no say, God in his wisdom, but want me people them first live their life on earth before they come for heaven. So we'll go come for that one later on. But first, we want to give our heartfelt sympathy for our people them, for inside our harbor city, for inside Victoria, where huge rain this past 2 days, it don't cause flooding. For inside Victoria, the harbor city of Ambazonia. The storm rain, it caused flooding. Social media, it don't be filled with images them. We come up from Victoria, they never get rain for Victoria. Like this things time will feel memorable. So we pray for all those who don't lost their property and those who they see struggle for recover from damages and way it don't happen as a result of that heavy rain. We want also to talk Eid Mubarak, Happy Mubarak for all our Ambazonian Muslims them who day together all on a place them day. Me God the answer on a prayer for that 1 day fasting way. Our Muslim, our Fulani, our Mbororo, our Hausa brother them and patriot them, they don't go through for celebrate and for pray for this baraka. While for inside Big Babanki, the traditional leader, the fund for Babanki, for Nvuga, he don't finally talk. He don't give an exclusive interview for Mimi Mefo. And it even be even more provocative when you listen for way to way the fund he talk. According to way the fund he talk say Ambazonian fighter them for inside Babanki, they ran key over 6 people them. According to ye, they ran also shoot Takambung for their food and they ran arrest our mami them. And they ran go impose tax. Because of that one, na way he don't call Cameroon military, say me then can't intervene. And then the fund he go down for explain and say the Cameroon military then come for inside Babanki, then can catch 6 people them, then take them, go down for upstation for Bamenda, and then bring them back for inside Babanki because say the Ambazonian fighter them, they make audio them where they provoke the Cameroon military. Then the Cameroon military them bring back the people them for village, they come execute them. My country people them. This one it be very sickening. So this one now the so-called Cameroon government official, because the chief now, it can be part of that the House of Assembly. So now Cameroon government official this way they talk. Now either way they get power today for beginning use Cameroon military for kill their own people them, for suppress their aspiration. It talks say the Ambazonian people them, they fight every day, they don't give tax. It nobody explain the need for that tax. Inoba explains say the people them for a village. They be done march camp for palace talk say they no wonder Cameroon again. Say me then come up for day. He no give any justification or any perception for what way it happen for village. But either instead come, he confirm what to than the tell now. Say the Cameroon military he enter for Big Babanki. He arrest 6 people. Take them go down for upstation for Bamenda. Their family member then come for day. They did negotiate. One family even moved 60,000. Pay them as part of money. Say they will go find more money for come pay and make them release their own country people them for day. Now you will then carry that same people them. Count them for Big Babanki. Come kill them. Extrajudicial killing. So this fund it confirm the evidence, the facts where the Cameroon they commit war crimes, extrajudicial killing. And for the fund, it even justify them. Say that because Ambazonian fighter them put audio way be threatening. Now he make and the Cameroon military then act this way. What a joke. Professional military with government and institutions that have all the international backings and are engaged in international treaty will be provoked somehow is justified, or you can explain their action by saying it was a provocation from Ambazonian fighters who are young, untrained men. This is really sickening, my people. Not only it confirms say the Cameroon government it used extrajudicial killing, it actually thinks say it be normal. Say a whole government it go catch people them, go lock them, then move them, can kill them. And remember, say it talk now say the people the way they catch them, they be tied or them be suspected, say they get links with those fighters. No be say them be involved in any fighting or any combat. Now just say them believe say them be suspect. We know say now this chief he don't pinpoint this particular people them as we una hear it talk say them be sympathetic. So now this chief they point people them for village me then go catch them. And now because they don't point those people them, now here with the Cameroon military they don't catch them, so they go kill them. Because now they think that way they don't do them. Me man no ever can pretend say he don't point a man for Cameroon military, then he no know say they go kill that man. Because since this struggle is start, Cameroon military is the key all man where them believe say be sympathetic to Ambazonian cause. So the fund either admit say these people them now he don't designate them as if they talk to them be tied to those fighter. Now proof say ye don't point them out because now ye did communicate with the Cameroon military. Our soldier they don't put out audio where the fund it put them for stock for quarter head them, they identify specific people them for Cameroon military for catch them. So he don't confirm say ye he don't commit high treason where then lead to the death of individual them for inside village where them be completely innocent of any fighting. As a matter of fact, the fund even gave family member the way they fight for Ambazonia, pass some of those people the way they talk say then link with them. We know say the quarter head where then kill them. Now person where they always oppose this fund. So the fund those choosing now become an enemy for use Cameroon military for eliminating people them. What a shame. So now the type of justice this way, they never that the House of Chiefs then feel say their people then deserve them. For a military for the carry out blatant extrajudicial killing. This fund is gone. And I talk for our soldier them. Because yesterday I put out message about our soldier there for Bamesing. As I tell and say you cannot put out message where you talk say or you threaten our innocent civilian them. So when they don't contact me, then talk say they be doing only for frightening our people them. You know fit even frighten people them with that because you don't know who go pass go kill them. And when you do them, you don't already provide evidence because the way the war they work. No man no fit know wait way they for your heart whether you want to frighten them or not because wait way they for your heart they did know not only for the thing we don't put them for your mop. But make una know say me Capo Daniel I don't tell una any person with a black leg that means a person like this phone for inside Babanki where will get proof where you feel explain and you feel substantiate them. You get confession say that man he don't work with Cameroon military where it don't lead to the death of any Ambazonia. There is no joy for the wicked. There is no mercy to these individuals. No people then where you go cash them, talk to me, then give you money. No, those want them. They must go. They must wipe them. So there is absolutely zero tolerance to people who work with black leg. The message should be very clear. And any Ambazonian where you don't catch Cameroon person where in a black leg you leave them, you go. That means you say you destroy the struggle. We know if we win a war where the people then way they pretend to them be elected members because we never elected these people. If there was any fake election, it was not even significant up to 1%. There is no place in Ambazonia where up to 1% of eligible voters they don't participate for any election. Any of these people, they claim to them be elected officials. What are parliamentarian, mayor, and all these people them. These are the people the way they forget zero mercy. Make man not ever mistake that one. All the one who don't arrest and release them, those are all treason. For me, all those soldiers the way they don't release those type of people them, we need to arrest them, sanction them. Because we in war. War, we need to know your enemy. At the same time, you need to know your friends and your allied. You can never target an innocent person just because in a family member for some black leg. No. You can never. And every action must be justified. When a black leg will don't commit high treason, that means it don't lead to the death of innocent person. The soldier where he go take that decision must have a form of trial where he go prove him not only for a camp but for the next general where he for a corner neighbor. Say indeed this person is a legitimate black leg with proof. Say the person don't confess or he don't be confronted with evidence where he should say it don't lead to the death of our innocent civilian. There must be some procedure. Now the thing that I don't always advocate them because you know if we left a space for people them for abuse the power with the rangian for them. And as I talk, some of our people the way they endeavor diaspora, where they want spread hate speech, because I don't uplift the ban for Frundi Iberia for Bamenda, and I don't talk to me them bury Frundi, me them allowing me them bury in peace. They don't try to instigate some 1 or 2 soldiers because the soldiers they don't come in for tell me. So they're asking me to make message for target Capo Daniel for try to challenge me. I want to let our soldiers, the media know, say this war is not led by soldiers and it will never be led by soldiers. Soldiers must listen to leaders who have credibility and represent the aspiration and common good of all Ambazonia. Any soldier who goes against what I say, because what I say is for the public interest and can never and has never been challenged by anybody, then that soldier, you are going against the people's aspiration. It is the interest of our people to bury Frundi, to allow Frundi to be buried in our soil. The curse in the land of Liberia because of the blood of Charles Doe have killed millions of their people. The curse of La République du Cameroon, where they buried their president Amadou Ahidjo out of their country, irrespective of the thief and evil person where he be. It don't bring them curse. Frundi na Mawe na Idan Open Wheel Road. 90% of activism for inside Ambazonia, they don't get courage, they fit stand talk for public because of it. If them bury Frundi out of Ambazonia, if any Ambazonian soldier, you go chakara or for go disturb the Frundi Iberia, because some person can fool you, people they tell you say they want challenge na Capo Daniel. No, they don't like you. They go push you, you go bring curse for yourself. Anybody where it not be in line. All this our nonsense, they don't get them for this struggle for the past year because some individual them, they take this struggle, say nana profession, including soldier for ground zero. This is not a profession. This struggle must come to an end one way or the other. It either ends with us winning, us preserving our independence, or it ends with La Republic winning. We must know that. So all this stupidity must stop. If you cannot articulate anything for the public interest of our people, don't do it. If you do it, you will lose the legitimacy of standing and fighting like an Amazonian fighter. You have become a common thief and you will be dealt with as a matter of criminality by our community. The voice of the people, the common interest, triumph every individual and every group. You must have that in your mind. So, fellow Ambazonians, we will continue to push these crimes of Cameroon for the international community and for define them for our people and the mindset of everybody where they listen and they follow up what will happen for the Cameroons for know exactly the conduct of the Cameroon military. As I began tell you, if you get faith in the wrong thing, it be disastrous. It will make you incapable of reasoning, of taking advantage that you have. It is always negative when you are working on lie. The international community, for the most part, they don't always tell Ambazonia, say, Ambazonia na a creation of a new state. No matter how we talk, we go talk, say, we'll be doing restoration. It means we want to bring back the country where we be day before. Or we go talk now, say, wait. The narrative where Ambazonia Idan put them forth, say we don't have anything to do with Cameroon. We have never been one with Cameroon. We have never united with Cameroon. We are two separate countries, and there is nothing that bring us together, is what has come to define what Ambazonia message is to our people and to the international community, both with all the writings with the various factions that they put them abroad and their communications them. This particular issue, now a big issue with the international community, some of them, they see them say would spread na hate speech. Because when you can't talk, say, we'll never ever be one with Cameroon in the first place, it generate hate according to them. They may be right or they may be wrong. But I'm obliged to inform you the type of feedback I get with my engagement with the international community. And it is very important. Some people that ask me, say, why we must prioritize, why we must think about which way the international community they do. Of course, Ambazonia itself is defined by the international community. International law itself, whatever we are saying, we were one or not one, we had international borders, it is all about the international community. So it's very important that we understand how they think if we must get something from them. As we fight on ground zero, let us know that primarily diplomacy triumph and take priority over everything. The argument where Ambazonian faction them, mainly during the creation of the SCYL, where the youth league, they become up, they be declare, say, take a more radical stand, say we'll never ever be part of Cameroon. It will differ from all the stance where Ambazonian that always take them, whether not from the Anglophone movement, or whether not for SCNC, or even for the Gondji Dinka, his own political manifesto, where he all call for separation, acknowledge the fact, say, Cameroon, a problem, our root cause problem, is starting from Cameroon changing its constitution, thereby seceding from the union. The Youth League, if it bring its own ideology, say will never ever be one with Cameroon in the first place. Why it be true, say, the foundation of our union, if it be flawed, if it disregard our right of self-determination, we also must understand, say, international law simply means agreements and what countries have decided in terms of treaty. Countries have discretion. The British government have a discretionary rule in determining on how our future will look like. That is why they have the power to separate our territory for purpose of administration and guide us in ways they see fit until we attain independent, advising us based on what they think is good for us. In their own mindset, it is within their right. So as manipulative as the international community was to dwarf our independence, they had discretionary power which was abused not to our best interest. Nevertheless, the international law does not work like law within a sovereign jurisdiction, where if the administration makes a problem or have a wrong conclusion or takes a wrong decision, you can apply in a judiciary for judicial review. There is no judicial review for states' decision made on behalf of territories, state being members of the United Nations. So if the United Nations General Assembly make a wrong decision, or members them lead the United Nations Security Council or take wrong decision, even though you can judge and observe that that decision is wrong, but that decision will still be regarded as legal and lawful. So yes, our unity with Cameroon was a disrespect and disregard of our right of self-determination. It undermines and overrules what we determined, that we wanted our country to be free. Nevertheless, the union between Ambazonia and La République du Cameroon is not only based on the foundation of a union treaty, which is lacking, but is based on constitutional union due to the constitution that was adopted or that came into effect in the Cameroons in 1st of October 1961. Be it adopted by the French Cameroon Assembly before then or not, that is just how the international community sees it. The United Nations recognizes Cameroon's holding of sovereignty over our territory as it was handed to them by the British government, that was the custodians of our state, our national sovereignty. We were a sovereign people, and all research, including that which was ordered and lobbied for by Dr. Cho Ayaba, which he has refused to release, to let our people know the truth so that they will be able to better understand their situation understand the ways, the proper ways they can successfully maneuver their way to the right of self-determination is very, very important, and those documents have not been released. But our people must know the truth. The failure to have a union treaty was because the agreement, oral argument, the constitutional union between both Cameroons was described by Amadou Ahidjo, by Jongu Foncha as being experimental because it was not conclusive. Nevertheless, it did not deny the fact that it exists. That's why the two Cameroon, they formed the Federal Republic of Cameroon. Whether it was an idea that was championed by one and imposed on the other by the other, the fact of the matter is both of them went along with it, with one hoping that they will rectify it in a later stage. So it has been described even by Mola Joe Litumbe as an experimental relationship, and it was seen as such right from Fumban. Even Fonlong, Bernard Fonlong, is in one of his books, which I'm doing research on this matter, because you don't just take what the international community said. Bernard Fonlong idealizes this in his book that he titled The Credible of African Unity. And he was actually being contradicted by French magazines who actually knew what was happening, that is called Le Vin, in 1964 publication number 273, that says that the unity between both Cameroon is an imperial design. It was designed by the imperial powers, not by the indigenous people, and that there are distinct socio-political realities of the two states, and was very evident would compromise peace in the near future. The magazine published several articles also in 1964 that also states that there is a boiling pot, a pressure pot that will one day explode between the two Cameroons. We must examine these facts very well to know how we better put our struggle in a manner that will not only destroy any false narrative that the enemy puts out, but it will put us in a position where we can better navigate diplomacy and even engagement with La République du Cameroon, other factions, during this particular period of our liberation struggle. Our territory evolved as an independent state under the British government from 1916. Nevertheless, we never thought about going back to Cameroon until after the Second World War, where the Cameroonese factions of the UPC landed in our shore. Those are the people that brought in the ideas of one Cameroon for them, really believing in Pan-Africanism. And these were patriotic Africans, not people under the French government. The French were never interested in uniting La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia. I'm going to detail how this mafia took place and how even the plebiscite was manipulated by people that were brought in from the Mongo. You have people in 5 villages that were used, which were also Francophones, to vote for elections in Ambazonia, who tilted the election in favor of unity with La République du Cameroon, without which we will not be united with La République du Cameroon. You have 4 main villages, people from Mongo, people from Mbo, people from Bakosi, people from Bawa. These are villages that shares borders with La République du Cameroon, who asked Cameroon French citizens who were partitioned by the borders of Cameroon within Cameroon to come into their villages and voted. And if you minus the number of the people that are estimated to have come from French Cameroon to vote during the plebiscite from Bakosi, because you have Bakosi who are Francophones, who are in the French-speaking side, but the same village, you also have people from Mbo, people from Banwa, and people from Mongo village. These people are the ones who tilted the elections in a fraudulent elections to allow Jongu Foncha's party's objective for unifying La République du Cameroon and Ambazonia to take place. Knowing these facts and this truth does not take away anything from our desire, our aspiration, and the justification of our right of self-determination to demand for independence and separation. As a matter of fact, it even empowers us to have a proper narrative so that you don't go there and be asking things based on falsehood that will make people look at you like you don't know what you are talking about, or you are just outrightly wrong. You are not even mature enough to know what you are demanding for. So when we go out there, we say that we have never been any part with La République du Cameroon in terms of our narrative. It makes Cameroon able to go out and make the case both to the press, the international community, that Ambazonia is a creation of a new country. because they don't recognize these people. These people do not even recognize international law that recognizes the borders within Cameroon today as it is, as one Cameroon. Our people should know that even if the Cameroon is one, it does not mean that it is not indivisible. It is divisible. Those who want this struggle to remain like this forever will definitely come and be twisting my word, because these are people who have specialized in bringing us down, promoting hate speech that have made it impossible for us to have progress and are endangering our people to get into a suicide mission without end. For us to be able to be on a trajectory where we can win, we must stand on the solid ground, we must stand on the truth, and we must defend, demand, and fight for what we believe in, which is separation from La République du Cameroon and independence for Ambazonia. The basis for which must be correct, must be on the right path that is recognized and will be listened to by the international community. The case made by Gojidinka through his legal writings were correct, that Cameroon had separated from that union. That means that they existed a union which lacked ratification. But the lacking of that ratification does not mean that there was not a union. Our people have to know the difference. That is why Molanjo Lutumbe said that Nanjumba no be married. Traditional marriage, as he best described it, that means the union we had with La République du Cameroon was not yet legalized, was not yet formalized. Nevertheless, it was a union. To say it wasn't a union does not help Ambazonia. It actually helps La République to go out there and say that we are trying to do something other than what we are trying to do. And it makes us impossible to think properly the right path, because we are already tainted. When you have a wrong basis, your conclusions will be wrong. If you have a wrong faith, the result can be very disastrous. So our people should know the truth. And this truth will set us free, will put us on a pathway, to freedom. The easy way is the way of hell. The broad way is the way of hell. A way that looks good in the eyes of men, but the end will lead to disaster. The truth in the other path will require you to put on your thinking cap, put on your sanity, your rational cap, so that together we can push our struggle in a way that will be acceptable and falls within the right QR, as Gojidinka will always say it, that will eventually lead to our people's right of self-determination, not only to be supported, but to receive the right attention it deserves. I will bring you the full content of the articulation of these particular issues subsequently. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing off.